God day. Make sure these cameras clean, y'all. Should have done that before. What's cracking? God day, God day, God day. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective, right? Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective. That's all we're looking to do, man, to give you a different view, give you a different point of view. How important is shifting your perspective? Super important. How important is waking up with the right mindset? You feel me? How important is that? How important is that? Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your mindset towards victory, growth, and transformation. It's another amazing day, another amazing opportunity we have right now. Always grateful for the opportunity to show up to you guys. Always grateful for another opportunity to show up. How many know that showing up is half the battle? How many believe that, man? That showing up is just half the battle? Yes. Showing up is half the battle. That's what we're going to talk about today. The power of showing up. The power of showing up, man. How many know showing up is literally half the battle? Top of the day, Sheila. How y'all doing for jumping in? What's going on TikTok? What's going on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch? What's going on? Today we're talking about the power of showing up. We're talking about the power of just showing up, man. A lot of times we feel like we gotta have all the answers. You know, we feel like we gotta have all the answers, right? But how many know life is not about that? Sometimes you're not going to know what to do. Straight up. Sometimes you're not gonna know what to do. Sometimes you're not gonna have everything planned out like you think you ought to. Life is not all about having all the answers all the time. How many know that life is not about having all the answers? Life is sometimes you're not going to know until you show up. Sometimes you're not going to experience everything you're supposed to do until you show up. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about today. God morning. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Facebook, what's popping? Instagram, what's popping? TikTok, what's popping? Twitch, LinkedIn. We streaming everywhere, y'all. If you know some place that I can stream that I'm not streaming, please let me know. If you have any social media platform that you know that I'm not on, please let me know. Next thing I'm gonna ask y'all to do for me is go over to Corey _Cofield. That's our YouTube channel. We need y'all to sign in. We need y'all to log in with us, man. Okay? Could y'all do that? Could y'all show your boy some love a little bit? Straighten these cameras out. Okay. Bam. Got some of my merch in the back, my new book, Follow Your Yellow Brick Road. Your passion leads to your provision. Your passion leads to your provision. Yeah, y'all. We showing up today. Happy. You know what I'm saying? We happy. Because guess what? Put a little alcohol on this screen. Yeah. Guess what? Some people woke up unalive. Sorry about that. Somebody woke up unalive today. Did you know that? Somebody unalived while they were sleeping. And so, how important is it for you to be woke this God day? Super important for you to be woke this God day. It really is. You know why? Because if you weren't here, how grateful could you be? If you weren't alive, you couldn't be grateful. But you woke up, you got to get up today, you got to stretch, get out the bed, go use the restroom. You did all that. So that means you on this side of the dirt. That means it's always a reason to be grateful and thankful, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's always a reason to be thankful. Run over to YouTube and give me a subscribe, y'all. Sub me, man. Come on. Sub me. Today we're talking about the power of showing up. We're not going to have a super long session today. But once again, this speaks volume to me, this subject, because that's exactly what I did today. I was so tired. I wanted to stay laying in the bed so much. My alarm clock went off at 4 o'clock to get up and do my meditations and prayer and visualization stuff. And man, that alarm went off. And I promise you, I don't even remember the alarm going off. I really don't. I don't even remember the alarm going off. Right? All I know is about 5 o'clock. I normally play with my daughter, Unique. You know, every day, every morning we pray 5 a.m. So, and I do the stream at 5:30. Right? So I'm telling you, I didn't even hear the 4 o'clock alarm. I don't know what happened. I didn't even hear it. I'm so grateful that my daughter called me and she woke me up, and I'm like, oh shoot, let me get up. Went in there, I quick, hit the bathroom. A lot of times it's not about how you show up either, right? But showing up is literally half the battle. So a lot of times we think we got to have everything all figured out, what exactly we're going to do, how we're going to do it. But sometimes you don't catch the wave until you go. Sometimes you don't catch the wave until you get in the water. There's so many places, even biblically, where, you know, God will send people out without even knowing where they're going. Right? He just say, get up, get everything you own and leave. I'll show you where you're going when you start going. You're like, what? What kind of sense that make, right? If you don't know where you're going, if you don't have it all worked out, wouldn't it make sense, earthly sense, logical sense to say, wait, I'm not leaving because I don't know where I'm going? Wouldn't that make sense? Let me pick this phone up here. Wouldn't that make sense? When nobody will look at you crazy because you said, I'm not leaving because I don't know where I'm going. Nobody will look at you crazy for that, right? You think that's how it works, right? But honestly, in some situations, I would say it works like that. But when it comes to your life, when it comes to doing what you love, I'm telling you, it don't always work like that. When it comes to going after your passion and going after what you love and starting a business or starting a new adventure, a lot of times you're not going to have it all worked out. A lot of times you're not going to be able to say this is going to equal this. 1 + 1 is going to equal 2. Sometimes you're going to be adding stuff up and you're going to say 1 + 1 = 7. You feel me? You're not going to be able to know all the time every single route and every single plan before you leave. But showing up is more than half the battle. Showing up is more than half the battle. Welcome to the Morning Shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your mindset towards victory, growth, and transformation, and only to see what you wish to experience. In today's powerful live broadcast, we explore the life-changing truth, the power of showing up, whether in your career, relationship, purpose, or your healing journey. Just showing up is often more than half the battle. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent, consistent, and committed, right? Why does showing up matter? Statistics speak for themselves, and y'all already know I always come with receipts. I come with the receipts. I'm not just talking. I'm not just spewing stuff out my mouth like it doesn't matter. Showing up is more than half the battle. It's not about being perfect, but showing up in your careers, your relationships, your purpose, your healing journey, it's all about just showing up most of the time. Look what this, I'm gonna come with this. Look at this. A Stanford University study found that individuals who take consistent action are 40% more likely to achieve their goals than those who wait for motivation. Come on, man. Y'all remember what I said I'm going to do? Every time I say something I think dope, I'm hitting you with the backwards water wave. I'm hitting you with the backwards water wave, bro. Every time I say something, fire. And that was fire. Listen to this. It's always about having proof of what you're saying, man. It's always having proof on what you're saying. Side note, fasting is always good. Intermediate fasting is the best thing you can do for your body. Shutting down your body where you stop eating for a period of time is one of the best things you can do for your body. I'm talking about spiritually and physically. Allowing your body to digest different things. You feel me? Thank you for loving the beard. Thank you for loving the advice. Appreciate y'all. But fasting is one of the greatest things you can do. Somebody asked me that, and I wanted to get that out right away. Somebody in the chat said, "What you think about fasting?" I said, "That's the best thing you could do." God day, Hidden Gem. What's up? God day to you. So look, we talking about showing up is half the battle. We talking about that everything in your life is not going to be perfect where you can have it all worked out. We saying that showing up in your relationships, your career, your purpose, your healing journey, just showing up is often more than half the battle. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent, consistent, and committed. See, a lot of times we focus on the outcome. Y'all think I don't want millions of people watching up my streams? Y'all think I don't want millions of people going to my websites and all this? But I realize that consistency is the key. I got to show up here every day at 5:30 a.m. California time, even when no one else shows up. Do y'all know sometimes I be streaming and I happen to look up at the numbers and I see one person watching? Sometimes it be 0. Share the live, y'all. Share the live too. If you already feeling something and you're resonating what I'm saying, share the live with somebody. Help me get the word out, y'all. Help me get the word out. But listen, sometimes I show up here to stream and I can see the numbers of who watching. Right now, my number is saying I have 0 watchers on Facebook, right? But I don't care about the numbers. It's about me being consistent, right? It's about being consistent. Exactly. It's not about how many people gonna be there. It's not about how many people going to watch what you're doing. Life is about consistently showing up no matter what. I remember this guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but a well-known preacher. He talked about how he would preach and go to preach, and he was preaching at old folks' homes, right? Now that's that's commitment, yo. He said he went to go preaching, and he went to old folks' homes and started preaching there, right? He said that he'll be in there some days, and the older people be up there sleep, nodding off. Where's my other phone at? They up in that joint nodding off, man, but he's still there. Look at then that joint's nodding off, but he's still there, man. He said one time he went and there was nobody there. He thinking about, oh my God, I can't even fill a senior citizen home, right? That got to be a blow to your ego. You doing your music and you planning this big old show, then you get there and it's only and nobody show up. Think about that. But this man set up anyway. He put all the chairs out. He put everything up. He put the podium up. He put his little water out like he normally do. Nobody was there. All the way up until the time where it was time for him to start. But guess what? He started anyway. He said, God told me just go. Do it anyway. So he started giving it. He started doing his talk like it was a crowd full of people. He said as he was talking, just out there, people walking past the room, the day room, looking at him like he done lost his mind. And he's still doing it because he feel like, yo, I got to show it regardless. And he started crying. Got to be consistent. Absolutely, Hidden Gem. He started crying because he like nobody was there, but he had to do it anyway. And he said he heard after he got everything packed up, he heard God tell him, you would never have to speak to an empty room again. And he said that moment was the last time he spoke to an empty room. And after that, every time he showed up, people would show up. It started filling up. Next thing you know, it was packed. People would invite their family members to come hear him talk. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of times in life is all about just showing up. It's about being consistent. It's not about whether or not you see the benefits. How many know you don't see no benefits in the first 2-3 days in no gym? I'm sure you can see a small difference in some way, but you're not going to see your body change dramatically in a week in going to the gym. I'm sure you can see some little things. Some people got a science down packed that they can shift their body in 7 days. You can see results. But I'm saying overall, you're not going to walk around all swollen, buffed up in 7 days. But what about 7 weeks? How you think you'll look? How you think you'll look in 7 months? How you think you'll look in 7 years of consistently doing it? That's when your results is going to show. So listen, don't get caught up in the results, y'all. A lot of y'all got things y'all know y'all supposed to be doing, but y'all study waiting on people to give you a response. Y'all study waiting on people to approve what you're doing. God day, Sharon. Thanks for popping out. A lot of us still waiting to get evidence that we supposed to do what we know we supposed to do. Like I said, I always come with receipts. When I tell y'all showing up is literally more than half the battle. Listen to what this Stanford University study showed. A Stanford University study showed that individuals who take consistent action are 40% more likely to achieve their goals than those who wait for motivation. Remember we talked about if I can do something that's going to help me be better in a percentage wise, I want to do it. So if I got something I can do, in my life to give me a 2% chance of winning more than the next person, then that's a really good statistic. That's a really good thing. If I can do something and it's going to give me 10% more chances to win than the next person, yo, I'm on top. You're on top. If you enter a race and you've been training to enter a race, but you're doing one specific exercise that nobody else is doing, and that exercise give you a 15% better chance in winning, who you think people gonna go with? When they bet on you, when people put the money on the table, who you think they're going with? Life is all about statistics when you look at it. In any NBA game, any basketball game, I told you I wanted to go to sleep this morning, but I showed up. So this message, this talk that I'm delivering you guys, I'm living firsthand right now because I wanted to be in the bed right now, cuddled up. I wanted to be in the bed, cuddled up. If I had a significant other, I want to be wrapped up with somebody like in bed right now, smelling breakfast. But I'm doing what I feel like I'm cuddle up, y'all. Instead of squabble up, cuddle up. Y'all know it's cuddle season. Every day is. But I showed up anyway. So if you enter a race and you training and you doing everything else and you got a 15% more chance of winning than the other person, don't you know people gonna put their money on you? People gonna put their money on you every single time. People gonna put their money on you every single time. Why? Because you got a higher chance to win. Yo, jump on Amazon for me, y'all, or go to my website, CoreyCofield.com. Get the book, man. A lot of this stuff I be talking about be in the book. Follow your yellow brick road. Your passion leads to your provision. This book is a life changer. I'm not just saying that. People told me this. I got people's testimony, people's review is saying this book changed their life. So if you look at if you feeling stuck, or you feeling like you're supposed to be doing more, you just can't figure out what it is, what path you're supposed to walk down. But I can show you your yellow brick road. I can show you what's your passion. It's detailed steps on how to achieve it in this book. So get the book for me, y'all. Get the book. So what I'm telling you is life is all about statistics. Life is all about statistics. What's up, my beautiful cousin? What's going on? How's my baby, man? Man, we be getting miracles through our family. God supernaturally protect us and our kids. Shouts out to my cousin. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Consistency is the key. So listen, if you know every NBA game, any soccer game, any football game, anything that people are competing against each other in any way, shape, or form, any company that's doing the same thing that another company is doing, anything that if you find yourself doing what someone else is doing, the main thing that people look at is the numbers. How likely are you to do better than this next person? Right? How better is the basketball team to the other basketball team? Y'all know this stuff all come down to the numbers. That's how they get the odds. What's the likelihood of you winning? Everything comes in consideration. Everything comes in consideration when it comes down to who winning. So I'm saying all that to say, if you have something that you can do that'll give you a 40% more chance of winning, wouldn't you do it? Right? Yo, we on TikTok, y'all. Let's start a flash goal, man. Come on. Come on, y'all. Help me out. Let me get some roses. Let me get some stars. Whatever that flash goal is, I just put up. Give me one of them, okay? Yo, we streaming on all platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. If you know somewhere else you think I should be streaming, let me know. Let me get some glitter, y'all. Let me get some 3 glitters. Send a donut to this live. Yo, whatever donut mean, I need it. You feel me? So listen, if you can do something that'll put you at a 40% more chance to win than the next person, if you can do something to give you a 40% more chance to be able to come out victorious, wouldn't you do it? If you can do something that gave you a 40% higher probability to leave in with whatever you decide to do against another person, wouldn't you do it? Where Stanford University showed this, that individuals who consistently show up and take action consistently, they didn't say how big the action should be. It's not about how big the action should be. It's not about doing a lot. Did you know that it's only really the small steps that move us forward? So this Stanford University study is showing that if you just show up, you have a 40% more chance of winning, of getting what you want than the next person. So we talking about the power of showing up. And I'm talking about today how I was so, I was so tired. And I was just like, you know what? It's about showing up. I'm going to go. I'm going to be where I said I'm going to be. That's what it's about. Let me tell you something. I read this study by the American Psychological. I read a study by the American Psychological Association. Look what it said. It said grit, perseverance, and consistency are more important to success than raw talent or intelligence. Every time I say something dope, I'm doing a water wave. The backwards water wave, yo. Every time I say something dope, I'm doing a backwards water wave in y'all face. So y'all know, what did he just say? When y'all see that, when y'all see the backwards water wave, y'all know some bars just finished being dropped. Come on, man. When y'all see the backward water wave, y'all know what happened. According to the American Psychological Association, grit, perseverance, and consistency are more important to success than raw talent or intelligence. So we think we got to be super smart. We think we got to have everything all worked out. No, man. I just read that study to y'all that they said showing up, being consistent, having grit, consistency, grind. That stuff is more important to success than being intelligent. So you think you got to have it all worked out. You got to be super smart. No, it's about the person who show up every minute. You know, I used to have an ex-friend of mine. He tripped out. I don't know what happened. I guess a lot of times when people, when you turn on your light, sometimes it exposes the dark in other people, right? So if somebody try to walk out your life, let them. You hear me? If somebody try to walk out your life, let them. You don't fight and try to hold people back in your life. It don't work like that. If somebody want to walk out your life, let them. I don't know what happened. And let me tell you this. Some people, when you turn your light on, it illuminates the darkness in them. And a lot of people will kick against it because you showing them up. You showing them up a lot of times. So when people try to leave out your life, let them, man. Don't sit back and beg people to be in your life. Don't beg people to be a part of your experience. If they want to be a part of your experience and they supposed to be a part of your experience, then they will be. The whole universe is conspiring to put the right people in your life. And getting the right people in your life means sometimes you have to be separated from the wrong ones. Did you know if you want the authentic, sometimes you got to get rid of the fake? If you want the authentic, don't you know sometimes you got to throw away the counterfeit? If you want the authentic, sometimes you have to throw away the counterfeit. Ladies, you would never get a real Louis Vuitton bag if you're satisfied with a counterfeit one. If you walking around all proud, I got my Louis bag, but it's fake. What good is that? But as long as you are satisfied and content with the perpetration, as long as you are satisfied and content with the counterfeit, the authentic would never show up. The authentic would never show up because you're satisfied with what you got. Welcome to the morning shift for Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. With all the negative stuff going on online, you can click on and see fighting and all this kind of stuff. I want to be here every single day to give you a new perspective, to shift your mindset, to shift the way you think into knowing that I win, that it was destined to win. The whole universe is conspiring to make me great. The whole universe is conspiring to hook me up with people that can help me jump the line. But if you don't have that perspective, you can't have that experience. Only see what you wish to experience. And we talking about today, sometimes getting better just means you show up. Getting better means, did you know what I was talking about is the ex friend that I told you that just walked out one day. He called me talking about, I know you got something against me. And I'm like, what? Bro, that's female stuff. You feel me? Like in high vibrating females shouldn't even act like that and don't even act like that. Let me say that's childish stuff. Right? Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the gifts, man. Appreciate y'all. Charlesetta, thank you. Thanks for the gift. So this guy calls me some out of nowhere saying, I know you got something against me. I'm like, what are you talking about? But like I said, people will remove their selves from your life. All you got to do is just let God work. People who should be in your life going to be there. Whoever shouldn't be, going to leave. But that guy was instrumental in me going after my gym and my health, right? Because I wanted to go to the gym, but the only thing I kept thinking about is, man, like I gotta go in here and do this long session in the gym. And just thinking about what I had to do a lot of times would keep me from going, because I'm like, man, I'm thinking about how I gotta go spend the next hour sweating and hurting. And your mind is set up to avoid everything that's hard. Did you know that? Biologically, we are set up, the brain is set up to avoid anything that's hard. It's called, y'all heard that word, adubula obligera. I think that's the name of it. Adubula obligera. I remember this movie, The Water Boy. The dude was talking about his medulla oblongata, right? I know I'm not pronouncing that name right, but did you know it was something in your body that is searching for things that's fearful? And the minute it fears it, it wakes up this medulla oblongata, whatever that name. It's a mechanism in your body that seeks out and looks for things that's dangerous. And if it finds something that may be dangerous to you, your body, your health, it resists. It tells your mind, pumps stuff in your mind and say, don't do that, right? It wakes up this thing. It wakes up your fear response. Let me look up the word, man. I can't keep being hood and not looking up. What's responsible for your fear response in your mind? See if we can pull this up, man. As soon as you recognize fear, yo, Amadula. Wait, I'm gonna put the word in Google so I can pronounce it right, y'all. I'm not gonna be ghetto. I'm not gonna be ghetto, bro. We ain't gonna be ghetto. We gonna say it right. Here we go. Abdullah, amygdala. Yo, don't nobody DM me tell me how I was saying that word, okay? So look, amygdala. Your amygdala. It's a roughly rounded shaped mass of gray matter inside each cerebral hemisphere involved with experience of emotion. Your amygdala. So what's important? What's important about your amygdala? As soon as you recognize fear or anything that's going to be hard for you to do, your amygdala kicks in and it alerts your nervous system, which sets the body fear response into motion. And stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline gets released. So anytime, just say somebody say, let's go bungee jumping. Right away, your amygdala jumps and say, oh, wait, bungee jumping. It senses a danger and then it releases these enzymes in your body that's connected to the fear response, a cortisol and adrenaline. It pumps in your body, but it's the thing that wakes up to say, no, right? So every time you hear something and you see something that may be difficult to do, your amygdala wakes up and it sends out these stress hormones to your body, adrenaline and cortisol. And that makes the body take a step back and say, no, I don't want to do that, right? So every time I was about to go to the gym, just thinking about the gym and what I had to do, it kicked in this fear response because I'm like, man, I got to go work out. I got to stay on the treadmill for at least 20 minutes. But this guy, he told me, no, don't think of it like that. Just think of it like I got to go to the gym and do 5 minutes. I got to do at least 5 minutes. That's what he told me. And so I said, wait, dang. And he said, and that's going to make it easier to go. Right. So we got to do things that make our mind respond differently. So if you think about, I got to go to the gym and do this hour, I got to do all this, your amygdala is going to jump on the fear response and it's going to release adrenaline and cortisol in your body, and it's going to make it harder for you to do it. But if you say, man, I just got to go to the gym for 5 minutes. I just want to do 5 minutes regardless of what. Just 5 minutes. That thought sneaks past your amygdala. It doesn't activate it because it don't see it as a big thing. So a lot of times when we got stuff to do, we just got to break it down in small pieces, right? If you got something you got to do and you know it's a big task, you got a bunch of homework, just say, you know what, I want to spend about 10 minutes doing homework today. And that'll make it easier for you to do it. But if you say, man, I got all these pages I'm missing, I got to do about 12 assignments, your amygdala is going to kick in the fear response because it's something that you don't want to do. It's going to kick in the stress hormones, the adrenaline and the cortisol is going to be released in your body, and then it's going to become very difficult to do. That's how people build up walls in their life, barriers in their life, because they look at what they got to do in its whole totality. But when we break things down in little bits and pieces, it sneaks it past that fear hormone. And before you know it, you doing what you want to do. So just showing up It's all we got to do. Sometimes you don't got to think about how you're going to do it and what. Just say I'm going to show up. Just say I'm going to show up. And like we said before, just doing something consistently, just being consistent in what you do, it gives you a 40% more chance of achieving the goal you want to do. This is profound, y'all. Let me hit him with the water wave. A lot of times it's not about being perfect. It's not about having your whole plan thought out, y'all. It's just about showing up. And showing up is more than half the battle. According to the American Psychological Association, grit, perseverance, and consistency are more important to success than raw talent or intelligence. Productivity experts agree that up to 80% of success is rooted in simply showing up, taking the first step, and staying in the game. Yo, listen to this, yo. You see that? These are numbered. Productivity experts agree worldwide. These are studies that's being done. That 80% of success is about showing up. Come on, y'all. Let me get them roses, y'all. Let me get them roses. Let me get some diamonds, yo. Let me get some feedback on Facebook, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're talking about how showing up is half the battle. Showing up is half the battle. Did y'all know that? Showing up is half the battle. So we don't have to worry about doing everything perfectly. We don't have to worry about is everything going to be exactly what it's supposed to be? You don't have to worry about that stuff. That's not what you're worried about. You just show up. And we showing you right now, studies show that just showing up, you got an 80% chance of being successful just by showing up. Right? Let me read this. In a world filled with distractions, fear, and self-doubt, showing up proves you're serious. It builds resistance, creates opportunities, and signals your mind, body, and spirit that you are ready for change. Every time you show up, whether it's for a meeting, a workout, a vision, or a tough conversation, you build momentum and move closer to your destiny. We're talking about why showing up creates long-term success. Because in the mind and in the body, these things matter. And we're going to explain how this stuff works. All right? We're going to explain how this stuff works. Like we said, every time you show up, whether it's for a meeting, for a workout, a vision, or a tough conversation, you build momentum and moving closer to your destiny. Every time you show up and do what you know you said you was going to do, you win. Let me tell you this. Did you know just showing up for yourself builds confidence in yourself? Did you know every time that you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you tear down your confidence in yourself? Did y'all know that? Every time you say I'm going to go to the gym and you don't go to the gym, that's a little notch in self-confidence when it comes to you believing in yourself. So showing up and doing what you say you're going to do, it builds confidence in you. You build confidence in yourself every time you show up. Every time you do what you say you're going to do, you build a little bit more confidence in yourself. And like I said, y'all, I show up here 5:30 a.m. I've been on here 45 minutes. And it doesn't matter how many people viewing. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate every one of you that's viewing and that's pop in and view. But what I'm saying is, I show up here for myself. I show up here for myself. I show up here because I said I'm going to be here every day. And some days, some stuff come up, right? Because I'm just one individual. I can't be two places at once. Physically, two places at once. But overall, I'm showing up from where I said I'm gonna show up. And when you show up for yourself, you build confidence in you. You build confidence in you. Every time you show up, you build confidence in you. Let's talk about this. Why showing up daily creates long-term success? Why? Why does showing up daily create long-term success? Let me show you what I wrote. Success isn't created in one big movement. It's built on top. It's built through small, consistent actions. You don't build no skyscraper all at once. It takes years sometimes to build a skyscraper. Why? Because they're dealing with every level of the building. First, they start with the foundation. They make sure the foundation is sturdy. If you build something that don't have a sturdy foundation, it's going to fall. So a lot of times, you showing up for yourself, you showing up in your life is building that foundation. You say you want to go to the gym, just say, I'm going to show up 5 minutes today. I'm going to go work out 5 minutes today. I'm going to do 4 push-ups today. You know you want to do more, but I'm going to just start with 4. If I can just do 1 push-up today, a lot of times that will get you in the habit of doing it. And next thing you know, that one will turn to 50. Right? Success isn't created in one big moment. It's built through small, consistent actions. When you show up every day, you're telling your mind and the world that you're committed. Over time, those daily decisions compound into a massive results. Right? Again, another Harvard Business School study. It showed that consistent action, even without perfection, leads to better long-term outcomes than sporadic bursts of effort. Right? That's big. Water wave. Every time I say something dope, y'all getting a water wave backwards, bruh. Every time. So when you see this, think about what I just said. A Harvard Business School study showed that consistent action, even without perfection, leads to better long-term outcome rather than having sporadic bursts of effort, right? So consistently going to the gym for 5 minutes a day, even if you only spend 5 minutes, even if you spend 2 minutes in the gym, whew, I can be asleep right now, but I had to show up. I get to show up. And so sometimes did you know even if you went to the gym 2 minutes a day, every single day, did you know that's better than just every week you have a little burst, you go to the gym for 3 hours, but then you skip 6 days, then you go back for another 3 hours. Do you know that's not showing a consistency and your body won't recognize it like that? And you have a better chance than building a consistent body and getting the results you want if you showed up 5 minutes every single day? We're talking about life is about just showing up. And it's not about perfection. It's not about having it all together. It's not about knowing every single thing you're going to do. It's not about that. It's about showing up. Sometimes you show up and you have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea what you're going to get or what you're going to do. But showing up in the moment, a lot of times that revelation will come right when you show up, right? The science behind consistency and commitment. Consistency rewires the brain. Neuroscience tells us that repeated behavior strengthens neural pathways, making success habits easier over time. Consistency rewires the brain. According to neuroscience, repeated behavior strengthens neural pathways, making success habits easier over time. Look, I'm coming with receipts. Life is just about showing up sometimes, and just showing up every single day consistently, even if it's not imperfection, even if it's not perfect, even if you mess up, you still got better results than people who show up sporadically. And look what we just said. When you show up consistently, it literally rewires the brain. This is neuroscience telling us that. Yo, let's get some likes, y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the stars. Thank y'all for the gifts, man. This is the way that y'all show the platforms that y'all support what we doing. So, yo, do that for me. I appreciate that, y'all. Also, go over to YouTube. Give me a sub. Subscribe to YouTube at Corey _Cofield. We appreciate that, y'all. Get my custom merch, like my book, The Make America Dream Again. I do not support any political party whatsoever. This is an independent statement on my own. It has nothing to do with any political party at all. Make America Dream Again is a standalone campaign. It has nothing to do with no political party. I do not endorse any political party. I do not endorse any political party. We saying make America dream again. You can go over to CoreyCofield.com and get your custom merch, man. Right? And last but not least, we got our Do Not Disturb hoodies, man. Do Not Disturb hoodies. How many know sometimes you got to put yourself on D&D? Sometimes you got to put yourself on Do Not Disturb in order to get what you need done. Here it is. Do Not Disturb hoodies. Thick hoodies. This is a quality. This is from our Mindifest line. Our Mindifest line. That means you only see what you wish to experience. That you're mindful of every word. You're mindful of every thought. You only see what you wish to experience. So when you wear this stuff, when you wear our custom merch, it reminds you of what mission you on. Wear what you believe in. Right? That's my motto. Wear what you believe in. You can get all our custom merch at CoreyCofield.com, man. We're talking about the power of showing up and how scientific proof says consistency rewires the brain. Neuroscience tells us that repeated behavior strengthens neurological pathways, making success habits easier over time. Listen, according to a study in the European Journal of Social Psychology, it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. That means the more you show up, the easier it becomes to keep showing up and winning. So according to the European Journal of Social Psychology, it takes 66 days to form a new behavior automatically. So to make a new behavior like second nature, it takes about 66 days, right? But once that 66 days is over, it becomes easier to show up. We're talking about being consistent. We're talking about the power of showing up even if it's not perfect, right? We're going to give y'all some keys because like I said, man, we always want to show you what we're talking about. And we're going to show you today how to break through mental resistance and excuses. How do you break through mental resistance? How do you break through wanting to go to the gym, but you say, I can't go? Oh my God, that stretch felt so good. How do you break through mental resistance and excuses? Most people never win because they never get past the excuses. Resistance is real. Fear, procrastination, self-doubt, but it only can be overcome by action. Did you know the greatest way to overcome fear is action? The greatest way to overcome procrastination is action. Just getting to it. The secret: don't wait until you feel ready. Start before you're ready. Just do it. Listen, psychologist Mel Robinson, I like Mel Robinson. Robbins, excuse me, not Robinson, Robbins. Mel Robbins. She has something she called a 5-second rule. Count down and take action before your brain talks you out of it. She says within 5 seconds, if you have an idea, I should go to the gym. She says within 5 seconds, if you don't respond right away within 5 seconds, you have an automatic mechanism in your body that kicks in to talk you out of it. Within 5 seconds, your mind talks you out of stuff you want to do. So if you want to do anything, as soon as you have a thought, within 5 seconds, move on it. I should go to the gym. Get up right away. Go. I should do some push-ups. Do it right away. Don't let 5 seconds pass, because within 5 seconds, your body is going to start talking against it. Within 5 seconds, your body is going to start coming against it. So you got to execute the minute you think about it, y'all. You got to think about it and then do it right away. We're talking about the power of being consistent. We talk about the power of being consistent, man. Let's put some more receipts out here, man. Let's put some more receipts out here. Oprah Winfrey kept showing up despite a repeated rejection early in her career. Today, she's a global icon. She got rejected many times, but kept showing up, kept doing her talk shows, and now she's a global icon. We're not trying to be like nobody. I'm giving you examples of people who got turned away, the door slammed in their face, but still done it. Stephen King's first novel, Carrie. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, Carrie. The girl used to think about stuff and make it happen. Stephen King's first novel was called Carrie. It was rejected 30 times. That novel got rejected 30 times. Did you know that Thomas Edison and his assistant, which was a black man who really thought of the light bulb, but he was working under him, Thomas Edison, he was working under Thomas Edison, so of course Edison took the credit. But did you know that they found over 10,000, they failed over 10,000 attempts? Over 10,000 attempts didn't work before they came up with the light bulb. 10,000 things failed. And you know what Thomas Edison said when they interviewed him about what he felt about failing 10,000 times? He said all he thought about was he just thought about 10,000 ways that don't work. And he know eventually if he even ran out of the ways that don't work, eventually he would find what did. That's a good way to think of it, right? Stephen King's book, Carrie, was rejected 30 times. He was ready to quit, but his wife encouraged him to send it out one more time. That final submission is when he got a breakthrough. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter as a single mother of welfare. J.K. Rowling, That's the lady who wrote Harry Potter. She was a single mother on welfare. She showed up at her desk day after day despite depression and rejection. And guess what? Today she has $1 billion brand. Harry Potter brand is worth billions of dollars. This lady that wrote that book was on welfare. The lady that wrote Harry Potter, she was on welfare and she was a single mother. And she showed up every day depressed at her job, but she still showed up. She showed up feeling rejected every day, but she still worked on it. And now she has a best-selling brand that's worth over $1 billion. Come on, man. Bottom line, every breakthrough you desire is on the other side of simply showing up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's an inconvenience. Your consistency sends the signal to the whole world, I'm serious about my future. And that sign creates momentum, opportunities, and transformation. Come on, man. Come on. When you show up consistently, you send a signal to the whole universe to say, I'm serious about my future. I'm serious about my future. I'm going to show up. And just you sending out that signal, it creates momentum, opportunities, and transformation. It don't get no better than that, yo. It really don't. It don't get no better than that. Students with a high attendance rate. Students with a high attendance rate are 2 times more likely to succeed academically. Once again, kids that show up consistently at school, not kids that's smarter, not kids that's more intelligent, more privileged, none of that. But the kids that just show up, they're 2 times more likely to succeed academically. Look at this. According to the U.S. Department of Education, students who attended 90% or more of school was twice as likely to graduate from high school compared to those with a lower attendance. And that was according to a study in the U.S. Department of Education. Chronic absentees in the nation of schools. Simply showing up in the classroom consistently is a projector of long-term academic success. So students who show up, just go to class, is 2 times likely to succeed. Job seekers, people who out looking for work. Job seekers who consistently show up to a networking event are 2.7 more times likely to get hired. A report that was done by LinkedIn and the Albert Group found that 85% of jobs are filled through networking. And those who consistently show up to the industry's event and networking opportunities are 2.7 times more likely to land a job offer. Now, this was according to LinkedIn. Talent Solutions, how to build a strong network. So LinkedIn said a person that shows up to network events, they don't have to have a specific reason. They just show up. They are 2.7 times more likely to have an opportunity just by showing up and networking with people. That's why I always tell my clients, network with people, man. Talk to people. Reach out to the people around you. You never know who around you. You never know who around you. Reach out to people. Talk to the people around you. Favor come on 2 feet, man. Favor come on 2 feet. A study published by the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology found that clients who consistently attend therapy sessions, even during emotional lows, had a 35% higher success rate in managing symptoms of depression and anxiety. Once again, according to an article published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology, found that clients who consistently attend therapy sessions, even during emotional lows, had a 35% higher success rate in managing symptoms of depression and anxiety. So people who just show up to talk to their therapist, they don't necessarily gotta have this super plan on what they're doing. Just showing up give you a 35% more chance of being successful. Showing up is not just symbolic. Showing up is statistically transformational and transformative. Whether school, business, or personal healing, persistence creates momentum, and momentum fuels progress. Come on, y'all. Whether you in school, business, or in your personal relationship, persistence creates momentum, and momentum fuels progress. It's right here in front of us. All this stuff I'm saying is all research that you can look up the power of showing up. Just look up online, how much does showing up play a part in your life? A study by the Harvard Business School a study by the Harvard Business School review showed that entrepreneurs who consistently attended industry events and stayed visible had a 27% higher business survival rate after 3 years compared to those who didn't. So if you're an entrepreneur, showing up in different events and staying visible on social media, keeping yourself in the knowing, keeping yourself visible, you got a 27% higher chance of being successful in business. Once again, just showing up, y'all. Showing up doesn't guarantee success, but not showing up guarantees failure. You see that? Showing up don't necessarily guarantee you're going to win. But if you don't show up, you guaranteed to lose. If you don't show up, you guaranteed to lose. Yo, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all jumping in with me, man. Showing up doesn't guarantee success, but not showing up guarantees failure. Momentum is built not from perfection, but from persistence. Momentum is not built from perfection, it's built from consistency. Come on, man. Persistence, excuse me. Tripping. Persistence. Momentum is not built from perfection, it's built from persistence. The simple act of being present positions you for opportunities, connection, and growth. Come on, man. The National Institute of Mental Health published a study that shows routine and persistence are key in maintaining mental wellness. People who just show up for therapy, support groups, social functions, even when they don't feel like it, report 35% lower depressive episodes than those who isolate themselves. Isolation creates depression. Isolation creates depression. Simple as that. Isolate yourself. You pew-pewing in yourself in your foot. All right? So look, y'all, that's all we got today. That's all we got today. Really short. But I hope it was powerful for you. I hope it was powerful for you. Yes, press for the prize. Y'all got anything y'all want me to talk about? Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask me before we jump off? You know, it's a chat. We're streaming on all social media platforms, and I can take all comments. So y'all let me know. Oh, my goodness. If this helped y'all, if y'all found something out of it, throw it in the chat. Say yes. Just put in the chat, I'm with you. If you found something out of this, let me know you listening. Just put in the chat, I'm with you. I'm with you, see? I'm with you, see? Come on, y'all. I'm with you, see? Somebody put that in there. Let me know you with me. Thank you, be like, I know you're with me. I know. Don't let me start getting emotional, y'all. I'm not crying today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm with you, see? We appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank you, Charles Atta. I'm with you, too. We got nobody on Facebook with me? We got one person watching on Facebook. And guess what? That's all we need. That's all we need. So listen, that's all we got today. Thank you for joining the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Do me a favor before we leave. Y'all run on over to YouTube and give me a sub. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Corey_Cofield. Corey_Cofield. We appreciate y'all's support. We really do. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Y'all can go over to the website too. Check me out. So listen, that's all we got for today. Remember, live intentional. Live intentional. Live on purpose. Love somebody and forgive somebody today, man. Okay? We out of here. We love y'all. Have a God day. Mwah.